Hey guys, it's Aquatic Bobs. So I know like most of these videos put out, I really have probably 10 to 15 seconds to capture some of your attention before you just switch to a different video or stop watching. In the past, I've kind of struggled to capture people's attention. I try to go way out of my way or say things or do things or reveal things. But I'm starting to learn, like, I find a lot more peace in just making videos and just being like real about it. And so I'm not going to try to spark your attention here. But tonight's video, I do want to talk about a few updates on my tank and also a change in camera that I'm using. And like I've said in the past, I never script any videos. I mean, there's been maybe two or three of I think I've made 100 videos. There's probably two or three that I actually wrote down some notes. But anyways, let's get into it. Okay, so the first thing that I wanted to point out tonight is I got a new wave maker, and it's actually the exact same as the old one that I had there. Sorry, you can't see it very well. And so I was able to keep the actual power supply thing for it and the controller. And then all I did was have to plug that part in. Yeah, I haven't tucked it behind the tank yet. And so here's what's cool about this is the old one was rattling and making some noise. I had it right around 2 years. It was a Jabo. I bought it for $80 on Amazon. I got the same exact one. It's the Jabo SCP-90. That's got Wi-Fi capability and everything. And then this one was $90. I think like $90 or $91. But when I plugged it in, I'm so serious, you guys. This was so freaking cool. I just love it. I love what Flow does to the tank. Jake Adams did a video. Sorry, that's right. Give me 1 second. Jake Adams did a video on, I'm going to get to the camera thing in a second, on the difference really between flow and lighting. And he talked about which is absolutely more necessary than the other. And long story short is corals can survive without light, sometimes, days, even weeks. Corals cannot survive without flow. In some cases for more than a couple hours. In extreme cases, maybe a day or two tops, I think he said, which is insane to me. Like, we always think about light, but flow is so important in a reef tank, I'm learning. And flow is also one of those things that you can almost see instant results. So I did a video a few videos back about the importance of flow, and I'm just going to retouch on it just quickly here. So this coral here, my Circus Freak Acropora, you can see how the polyps are going kind of back and forth if the fish stops swimming in the way. They're literally swimming in the way. You can see how they're going up and down, side to side, in every direction. And you can see on this one, they're kind of going back and forth a little bit more now. Before, for some reason, the old wave maker, even though it was on the same settings and turned all the way up, they were just all blasting to the left. Like, all the corals on this side of the tank were just blasting this way, their polyps were, and then the ones on the bottom, because the water returns, were all blasting that way. And then on this side of the tank, it was the opposite. And I have 3 wave makers over here. Pretty powerful wave makers, and you can see even this one is going back and forth now, back and forth. And the cool thing about it is this haymaker, for I would say probably the last month or so, like, the polyps towards the end of the tips. See these furthest white? They're almost white because they're growing so fast. You can see the polyps out on them. I haven't seen those polyps come out in about a month on this coral. Like all the other ones deeper in the base were out, but even those ones are out a little bit further now. And it's just amazing. Like it's seriously amazing the impact that the flow has in a reef tank. I love it. So that's just another reminder in the importance of flow in a coral reef tank. Sorry, I'm out of breath. I get excited and I share a little bit more passionately, but so that's a powerful tool that we have, and we can at any time adjust flow. Again though, like I would still caution people, do it in light moderation. Don't just go add 3 more wave makers to your tank and just blow the snot out of everything. Chances are some of your corals might react poorly to it if it's too drastic of a change, and it might cause them to go into a little bit of shock. But yeah, so on to the next part is, maybe some of you guys have already noticed, but I'm trying my Sony A7 III again. And I actually never found a good filter for this that worked good. I found one filter that worked pretty good, but it blocked out so much light that I had to turn the ISO on my camera up, I think to almost like 50,000, which is just insane, to try to get the proper light balance. And it almost filtered out too much, like it was just too heavy. So now I just changed the white balance settings in the camera to 9900K, and I've changed the color settings to a little bit more magenta, green, orange. Like, yeah, it's weird if you don't know cameras, but I monkeyed with the settings. And then in post video, I found a template online. I researched what's the best way to correct the white balance when you're shooting reef tank videography with an actual camera. And so I found some templates and I tried to match it the best that I could, and I'm pretty happy with these results. Like, looking at some of these corals, I'm really happy. Some of them are still not quite as colorful or don't quite look as accurate as in real life. And some of them, I feel like it actually does a little bit better job pulling out the colors than even my camera did with the filter lens on that. So overall, I think I'm going to try it for a few videos. You guys can let me know what you think. Let me know your thoughts. I think I'll probably wrap this one up here pretty quick. There was something else I was going to share. Oh yeah, I got a few new corals. Just gotta catch my breath. So isn't that funny? This is the BK Chem Fruit Loops. BK Chem Fruit Loops acro, and I like it. It's kind of cool. It's not really the most beautiful, colorful thing yet, but for a while this was one of the rarest acros. Like a year ago, one of the rarest, one of the most desirable acros for a lot of acropora collectors. And then I got a couple of really cool ganies over here. I'm really excited about this one, right in the middle. I've kind of fallen in love with ganies too a little bit. You guys know I got this one down here. Plus the camera, I feel like you can zoom in further and get much clearer shots. I'm using an all-in-one lens, a 24-70 Sigma zoom lens. It's like $1,000 lens. And then we even got this one back here. Maybe I can get it from the front a little bit better. Oh yeah. Alright, come on. Sorry about that. Yeah, just super beautiful. So as I'm watching this on my camera, it actually looks like crap. like on my camera screen. And I think that's why I stayed away from this for so long, because I was afraid that it wasn't going to look good. It was going to look like crap. But yeah, once I put that balancing out the white balance, it actually looks pretty damn cool. So I'm happy with it. I'm happy with my tank. And one last thing I'll share is, when I did put that wave maker in, some of these polyps started flowing in the opposite direction, like they started blowing both ways, and I started seeing parts of the coral that I hadn't seen before, because the polyps were always covering that part. And man, like there's some beautiful colors under there and in those areas. So I think on the next video I'll maybe do like a top-down view of some of these colonies. I'm really sorry about my breathing. I just feel like I'm out of breath for some reason. But yeah, guys, I appreciate you watching. As always, you guys are valuable to me, and I care about you guys. I care about these videos, and I want to keep making them and just kind of sharing my experience, kind of sharing what's going on. This is the Miss Piggy back here. Let's see if I can get one last focus. Yeah, cool. I really like the zoom. The difference is it's a mechanical autofocus on this versus an electronic autofocus with my phone camera. So and this is a higher megapixel, clearer looking image, so just better overall. But yeah, all right, I think I've said that like 2 or 3 times now. I'm just gonna call it a video and look forward to seeing you guys in the next one. I might make another one tomorrow too, so look for that. And if you guys would, if you're still watching, you're probably already subscribed, but if you're not, please subscribe, and if you'd like, share the videos, and I would greatly appreciate that too. So alright guys, see you in the next video. This is Aquatic Bobs out.